Welcome to the Blue Oasis Podcast. This is the podcast for finding peace and prosperity, learning the history of hobbies, as well as developing a little side hustle. If you want to find peace and prosperity in your life, this is your show. Get ready. You're listening to the Blue Oasis Podcast. I am your host, Adam Rothstein. All right, let's get to the show. And welcome back to the Blue Oasis Podcast. I'm Adam Rothstein. This is episode 94. And I know it's been a hot minute, so let's get into it. So I wanted to talk a little more about Substack and my journey with it. So far, I've had a total revenue, not profit, but the revenue was $160. And that was over the course of a little less than a year. I think maybe 6 months, which is not too bad. I guess September. It was about 6 months. I made that finding 3 people, and part of me thinks that it is a little, pathetic, but I still have to take the wins where I get them. So on Substack, I think it's a great place to start a newsletter and also just begin your writing journey. And now making money on Substack, here's a few things you need to take. You should do before you start making money. Well, first of all, have a free newsletter or a free version of the newsletter you want to publish. And then when you start getting your paid subscribers, you can still have the previews to give your free subscribers an idea of what the article is going to be about, or even the podcast. Now, this Blue Oasis podcast is on Substack. I put the RSS feed out there, and then I just email it out to whoever's on the list. And as well, I think it's the greatest thing ever that Substack is one of the greatest websites ever made, because you can write about what you want. You can post videos on the site and send them out to your email subscribers. You own your email list. You can download it as a CSV file. I like that. And I think to top it all off, set up your Stripe account and just, pay the fees and credit card processing fees, and Substack takes their cut, and you are making some dough from it after it. And then I guess, So once you get about 100 emails, start putting some free stuff out and see what people think of it. Start putting some paid stuff out. Start putting some paid stuff out there, and then ask for paid subscriptions. And also, now the best part of being a paid subscriber to any newsletter is that you can go back and listen to other episodes, read their articles, and just get a feel for everything as well. And I think it's just amazing that we can do all this on one website. So what have I been doing with Substack? Well, I started a hockey newsletter. Like I said earlier, I've made $160 in revenue from it, but I've netted about see, 48 plus about 86. Yeah, I guess I netted about maybe $130 or something out of that. So it's still not bad, but that's actually the credit card fees, and I guess that month, the monthly subscribers as well. So, so that sort of brings it to where it has been brought. So yeah. I definitely think that there are a lot of perks to being a paid subscriber, not just in my newsletter, but to others. The best thing is that, you could get audio episodes early, you could get video episodes early, and also you see what's going on in it, with video, obviously, but the paid stuff is just, it's just that little extra as well. And there's definitely people who are out there, whether they want to support you or a good friend, or they enjoy your content, put it out there as well when you get the chance. Now, if you get to 50 email subscribers and there's someone who is asking for paid stuff, and you've already established some paid stuff, just tested it out, just redirect them and say, hey, yeah, just go subscribe here, enter your email, and then just enter your credit card. Just show the people how to do it who are requesting that. You're set. So I say, back to the original point of wait for 100 email subscribers. If you get it early, if there's someone who wants to purchase your stuff early, just have it set up already, ready to go. And you should also be playing around with the paid stuff as well, and then just getting used to how you want to send your previews of those paid articles when you do start getting paid subscribers. So have both set up from the get-go is what I'm trying to say. Have both set up, and then you can start. And then if you get 50 email subscribers and then your 51st wants to pay for the bonus stuff, you already have it set up. So set it up as well. Now, here's a little story that happened earlier this year. I paid for some advertising on a podcast called the Locked On Islanders podcast. And it netted me about maybe a few subscribers, a few YouTube subscribers, and that was it. Make sure your copy is good when you are advertising this anywhere. Now, obviously, I don't think people want news, are not coming to podcasts to go subscribe to newsletters. That's not the thing. So that was a tough $250 I was out on. So, I feel kind of bad on that one, that I didn't really get much out of it. And there was it was a total fit. I mean, it was kind of a total failure. Not going to lie. So I think if you do want to grow, I think the best thing that's going to be for you is just get out in front of people. That's how, or you have some old connections as well, and you ask, hey, come on the podcast, or come, if you have a podcast set up with your newsletter, absolutely have them interview with you, and even if they say, hey, I've got this paid newsletter and I've got this free newsletter, guess what? It's best to have both. Both a free newsletter and a paid newsletter. And if they find your stuff interesting, guess what? You get a new paid subscriber. like that, and getting out in front of people. And if not, you just, you know, you just ask, hey, I get it, I understand, money's tight or whatever, and then just say, hey, I have this free stuff over here you can still subscribe to, and then if they ever do change their mind, they can always upgrade to pay after they read every any time. And at the end of articles on Substack, there's always an option to upgrade to paid. So whenever you publish an article, there's that little option at the bottom that says upgrade to paid. And then they could, then after that, if they really do want to get into it, they'll click the paid, they'll update their credit card information and send it out too. So that's how it's done as well. Now, of course, you can send out email reminders and just say, hey, I'm having, there's a new episode out. You can become a paid subscriber from the link down below, going yada, yada, yada. And have that option and have that email input as well. So you can do that and send out the free articles, of course, on WhatsApp or Facebook, or if you're still using Facebook. And also, I put something out on my Instagram at Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast, and just wanted to see if I would get any new subscribers. There were none. So actually what I'm going to try to do next time is that I'm going to list it as a story and then just have the link in the story and then just give, have them, and just get free subscribers that way. I think that would be amazing to do, and we can do that too. We can take a photo of our article as well and put it on our phone, and we can, and then just put a link in it, embed a link in there, and then it takes the the viewer of that story to the article after they click it. And Substack was, Also, a little more on Substack. The app lets you listen to the article. That is the best. That is the coolest thing ever. You can listen to the article, and when you're on a walk and you can't look down at your phone and you have to pay attention to where you're going, you can actually listen to the article too. So that's one benefit. If you're writing a book and you want to list and you want to put out your paid stuff as well, I think that is extremely beneficial to you. So you can have chapter 1, chapter 2, you can rough draft it and just keep, that paid stuff as well when you're going, if you're operating a paid newsletter and you have an email list as well. That's a great option. And of course, put out some free stuff every now and then. Just keep newcomers intrigued, and that'll certainly help. Right now, I have about 115 email subscribers, and I think that was it's an accomplishment. And if everyone was giving me $5 a month, that's over $500, and a month. I think that actually might be over it, even with the credit card fees and stuff after they take that out. So that's good. And guess what? An extra $500 a month is incredible, and I definitely want to build this as well. Now, there is an option for founding members and I've priced that out at $210. Now, if you have that option and you can invite that person to write as well and just say, hey, I noticed you purchased the founding member option and you wanted to write, I say that, okay, so they get the videos, bonus stuff, paid stuff, and then if they purchase it, I say, or if they purchase that for whatever amount you set it as, I say invite them to write for your newsletter. So, if you build up, an audience like Joe Rogan, or you build up something like Tim Ferriss or something like that, if you build up something huge and they want to write on your newsletter to get some notoriety, it's like paid advertising. They want to build up their profile, let them. And I say just keep a good fee for the year as well. But the founding member thing is more of, of just more of giving permission. That's how I see it as. Now, if I can pull this up here and just go to my good old Substack, we will talk about my main, the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast newsletter. So this was started about 8 months ago, and I've got to admit that that I didn't think I'd make money from this at first. I offered someone to become a subscriber, and he's like, you know what? No, I'll give you the full $50 a year thing. And who knows? It turned out to be a great thing, and I've been publishing bonus episodes ever since, and it's been good. So. But more than the $50 a year plan. Okay, so so I do want to touch on one more thing with the founding member. So this yearly plans allows your most loyal readers to subscribe at any higher than regular plans. You can set the suggested amount below. So there's that. Now, if they really are loyal and they really do want to give you something like $210 a year, I say, first of all, let them, I would say just offer them something else in return. Allow them to write for you, because $210 a year is, is incredible. It's a very high amount, and you should offer something else with that. And maybe if you have any extra paraphernalia or any physical items, offer that as well. Just send that to the person and just coordinate of their P.O. box or their address of if you want to send them a hat or something. I think that is a great thing as well. Yeah. Man. Whew. So just offer that. So you can always add more podcasts to your newsletter, so you don't have to just keep one. You can have multiple. That's the benefit of it. Okay, so the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast newsletter. I'm jumping around all over the place today. The Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast newsletter. I made this to grow the sport of hockey. I love it. I enjoy it. I even on the terrible games, on the hard to watch games, I still will find myself watching my teams and just rooting for rooting for them even if they fail, even if they have like an abysmal 8-0 game or something. I'll still root for them because I just love the sport that much, and it really is one of the greatest games ever made. So, any newcomers to the sport or anyone coming to my newsletter, I've talked about the basics, some of the rules, the history of the butterfly. I've talked about Wayne Gretzky. I've talked about what's going on recently. Now, sometimes I'll open up a bonus episode to give new readers, to give new subscribers something to just think about. Like once in a blue moon, I'll have a free bonus episode. Now, and you can always change your prices too. Now, mine is $5 a month and $50 a year. $5 a month is definitely a benefit. Maybe I'm not sure if I'll up the price at any point. So there's that because of inflation and everything. But I still, if everything was set, would I still be talking about the NHL and what's going on in the modern day NHL and talking about the history of like the butterfly or the WHA? Would I still be doing that? You know what? Yeah, I'd still want to do this. I still want to write an audio, write a book and write an audio book about this, and I'm on my way to doing so. And like I said earlier in the earlier part of this segment, that it's also the perfect place for authors to go and just, send out their rough drafts, whether they're for free or for paid, and also helps you write, because guess what? You're not writing in a corner with your cat on the keyboard, sitting on the 0 key all the time, but you're actually, sending stuff out to your paid to your subscribers, and asking them to share it with people is the key thing. So there's that. Now, it separates itself from Medium because you own your email list and you're not waiting on the 2 cents that Medium could pay you just setting up their program, because it just takes its fees. It takes its processing fees for the credit cards because it works with Stripe and such. So there's that. And I definitely think it is, worth trying out. Just sign up with your email and password, and just start writing, honestly. Because this is arguably the greatest website that I go to, that I've ever been a part of. It might be better than YouTube because it's newsletters and it's videos that you can control as well. Now, I've subscribed to the hockey. Here's a newsletter that I have subscribed to that I definitely like how they do it. The Hockey Tactics newsletter has some videos behind paywalls, and they'll have like the preview and stuff. I definitely like how they do it there, and then they have the free stuff of like the drawings of where the players need to be on the ice during a breakout, for example. And if you don't follow hockey, I'm sorry, but I'm just so into this. But it's definitely worth the shot to just go ahead and just become a writer. And if you can write decently, you can write on Substack. Oh man, what an episode. I'm not sure if I have completely returned, but once in a blue moon, I will pop my head in here and just spit off some stuff. But there's that. So, but here is, but guess what? But if you have been subscribed to the Blue Oasis podcast, I highly recommend that you jump on over to my newest podcast, the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast, and check out the newsletter as well. I'll leave a link to my Substack. You can subscribe for free, or if you really want to give it a go, try it for $5 a month. I definitely think it's amazing what we can do as a on the site. Now with my hockey podcast, I'm up to about 78 episodes, and I'm coming on to episode 100. I definitely enjoy doing that more than this, and I'd rather talk about hockey and just old time stuff as well, and like maybe in like Eddie Shorten's stuff, because there really is no other game like this, and I am still following my mentor's advice of just like, if you had to do one thing every day for the rest of your life, make sure it's something enjoyable, So there's that, and I definitely think that if you want to just see what I'm doing on Substack, subscribe to rothsteina.substack.com. That's rothsteina.substack.com. I hope to see you there. And with that being said, I am Adam Rothstein. Peace out.